things that we have to deal with, stress and anxiety we have to deal with. And these, with being aware of the breath, we did a minimum exercise of just being aware of the breath. What we'll do now is just one simple exercise, and this is also prescribed by Thich Nhat Hanh. If some of you know, he's a Vietnamese monk who's like amazing also, who's like real as soul. So please take 30 seconds, and if you want to, you can close your eyes. Follow your breath from your nose to your lungs and back. And after that, just be aware that you're breathing in and breathing out for 30 seconds. So we'll do that. Sailaja, everyone. Isn't this such a beautiful exercise? And please remember that you have this tool with you everywhere you go. If you're in the most difficult situation in your life, if you're in the most busy meeting of your life, if you're in the most difficult traffic jam in your life, just sit down and remind yourself that Swami has given us this beautiful breath. Enjoy that. Enjoy his energy that's coming in and out of you that will help you through that. And because it will help you to calm your amygdala, it will help you to calm your mind and your thoughts. So that would be the thing. And like this is a beautiful quote. I said, you know how he guides us with everything, and he gave me this quote as I was preparing for this. I said, okay, you have it under control. So he has it under control all the time, like he has it under control even now. And always be present and aware. And if you look at this picture for 30 seconds, it's like so beautiful. I know, brothers, I did not copy it properly, but it's like a beautiful picture. If you imagine the mountains, the coolness of the mountain, the beautiful reflection in the water, and how peaceful and how calm it is. And when we take ourselves to that place and are present in that situation, it takes our mind away. It takes our mind away from the situations we're dealing, gives us the strength and the capacity to move on ahead. And of course, many of you here do yoga, and some of the yoga masters are not here, but I learned yoga from some of the yoga masters in this center. So it's like beautiful where you practice your yoga. Yoga is to make us yuktas, that is to have the integrity of thought, mind, and action. So once you do your yoga, your breathing, accepting your body with kindness and accepting your body to the way, honoring your body the way it is, then it brings us to a place where it becomes easier to deal with things that are beyond our control. It just becomes easier. It will not take it away. And so this is one small thing I thought would be a good exercise for us to take away from here. In the morning when you wake up, reflect on your day ahead, and aspire to use it as a wide open heart, with a wide open heart and mind. We may have difficult situations we have to deal with. Maybe it's an easy day, maybe we don't have any problems, but still just accept it the way it comes. And at the end of the day, before you go to sleep, think of what you've done and what you've fulfilled in terms of your aspirations, things that you feel that you could have done, didn't do. Then don't be, one of the biggest things is, think of how you would talk to your best friend. If your best friend told you, I wanted to do A, B, and C and I didn't do it, what would you tell them?
Truth. Tell the truth that I didn't do this.
Yeah.
I need help, or
exactly.
word, or I'll do it next morning.
Exactly. But suppose your friend tells you, suppose I tell you, Anita, I wanted to do this, I didn't do it, I'm such a lazy person. What would you tell me?
I will say, okay, let's do it together.
Beautiful. I love that. Doing it together. You're giving her the compassion, you're giving her the respect, you're giving her the love. And the same thing, do it to yourself. When you're saying that to your best friend, you can say that to yourself too. So when you cannot do something, don't be angry with yourself. Don't say that you're lazy, you're bad, you're silly, whatever it is. Just tell yourself, it's okay. Let me do it. I'll try it tomorrow with Swami's help. Try to inspire yourself and move ahead with clarity in your mind and then confidence. And compassion is the big word. Swami has taught us compassion. So give compassion to yourself too and then to others. Self-compassion is one of the biggest things, and I know we could have a whole lecture on that, but when your best friend is Swami, you're never alone. So talk to Swami in your heart. Swami will always tell you. what you want or what you don't. At least that's how I feel, and I know many of you in the center have expressed that to me too. So Swami is your best friend, and he does so many things for all of us. So just try to see how you can, if sometimes you cannot implement a self-care plan, try to write it down and see how you can implement it. See what you can reduce in your life. Sometimes you want to do many things, but if there's certain things, we have to prioritize and reduce certain things, and so that way you'd be very happy with some of the choices you have made in your life. And I can send a copy of this to you, brother. And remind yourself that each morning we are born again, and what we do today matters the most. That's what Buddha said. So don't worry about what happened in the past. Just think of what we are doing now at this time. And the bright light of Swami's love, light the lamp of love in your hearts and see that it shines day by day with added luster. So once we think about this, where is anxiety, right? So that's basically what I have, brothers and sisters. I know if some of you were offended or felt like, oh my God, you simplified the brain processes, then please, I did it to make it easier for us to understand anxiety. And if you I think we have some time for questions and answers. So if you have any 5 minutes for questions and answers. So sorry, I had a longer presentation, but please, if anybody has any questions or any concerns or anything.
I'm sorry, I'm taking the mic again, but I have just one question, sister. I know that all the things that you've mentioned is definitely very helpful for us in everyday life. I'm also seeking your guidance on, there are times when some of us would need additional help, right? Like when kids might face a lot of anxiety and they might not be able to deal all this by themselves, even if they are holding on to Swami as their best friend. Because you're a professional therapist also, I would like you to shed light on that aspect also, if it would be helpful. Thank you.
Thanks for the reminder, Kalpana. Basically, suppose I have a headache, I take Tylenol at home. Suppose my headache doesn't go for 1 week, what do? Go to the doctor, go to the experts, call the doctor, call the clinic. The same thing with any of our situations. Swami has given us guidelines, help, everything, but we always have to seek help from the experts who are around us. And there are so many experts who can assist us with different things, whether it's related to our children, whether it's related to others. And as sisters and brothers, if you find somebody in that spot where they are not able to identify, because I might be very anxious, but I may feel like, no, I can handle it myself and I don't need to go somewhere. Please guide them to talk to, others. And we have a beautiful program, Psycares, so we can always, get confidential support from there. And, they will guide you to get the support that you need in different ways. Please remember that it's always, it's not, like Swami says, to take away the I. So as much as possible, if we can take away the I to assist ourselves to get the solutions we need if we are stuck in a certain place. Like Sister Kalpana said, there could be so many reasons. It could be because of my medications, it could be because of my blood pressure, because of my heart, whatever it is that could be causing anxiety. But if I get the right help, they would know exactly what is causing the problem. Thank you.
Sailaja sister, just wanted to add a comment here. You made it so simple, made it so nice, and really felt good about it, because it's such a common problem that most of us think that it is. And then I think you nailed the point right on, saying, if you just befriend the stress, that makes it so much different, and rather than looking at it as an enemy. So, which is a very nice concept, and the way I've heard this before, but the way you put it is very impressive and very appealing. I'm pretty sure everybody would have felt the same way. I'm pretty sure we will definitely share it with the children as well, in various forms, as whichever is necessary. I really appreciate your time and thank you, sister, for doing that.
So, just wanted to say, in group 1 today we were going to be talking about discrimination and anger. So one of the things we were going to practice in class was breathing for the kids. So, Swami's grace, right? I mean, if they learn it now, when they are adults, hopefully it will help them, right?
So nice.
So, yeah, and I found it very comforting that you brought up breathing so many times today. It was like, okay, you guys are doing the right thing.
Swami always does that, right? He tells us, like when we're doing something right, he always does it. That's so beautiful that you're doing that, sister. Beautiful tool for that.
Thank you, sister. You really brought very good points. One of the things from the student's point of view, sometimes, and I won't be wrong if I say most all the times, students think they don't need any help. They're perfectly fine. Oh, I can handle it, no problem. And they don't talk about it. The problem increases. They lock themselves in the room for hours, and parents complain that my child is in the room, not talking to us, not eating lunch with us, dinner, whatever, right? So we definitely understand that child needs help. Child does not ask for the help. How can, as a teachers, we can convey this message to students that if there is a problem, make sure you speak with your parents or find a mentor or find a friend. How do we convey this message? Will that message be taken as a negativity or a positive message saturated in love?
And Sailaja, that's a very difficult problem and a very important thing to for teachers to be aware of. For me to ask her for advice is like for my ego. Like suppose I say, oh my God, I have to ask her about how to do my hair, and that is like, oh, such an ego issue. So children, one of the biggest things that blocks them from asking questions is the shaming factor, and what would happen when others know that, oh my God, I'm going to a therapist, I'm going to a shrink, or I'm going to have to ask my parents, I have to ask my teacher. So there's a lot of shame involved with trying to get help, because as human beings we all have ego, but along with that additional factor is that's the age where you're trying to impress others, you're trying to be, I'm the hero, like Swami said in one of his quotes, like, don't be the hero, he said, like, and so basically that I thought not the acceptance of the heroic, so it's just like very beautifully said by Swami. So sometimes where we can do a one-on-one with the child to help them see what is blocking them from asking for help. I mean, maybe sometimes communication with parents is not communication, it just becomes an argument. So to see if there's some barriers there which need to be evaluated, looked at. How can the child be in a place where their point is also looked at and their perspective is looked at? I mean, it's a multi-layered problem, right, in this case. And sometimes they may be able to express everything to the SSC teachers, but sometimes they may not be able to express to the SSC teachers. But if there is an avenue or way in which they can do that, that would be extremely helpful to them. But the best thing is to like have a one-on-one to see if they're willing to talk to you, and if they're not willing to talk, because shaming the child will not help them, but just helping them to realize that there's no shame in asking for help.
Thank you, sister.
Sister, just wanted to compliment one of the questions that brother asked. It's about how to handle stress and anxiety of parent who basically see their own kids suffer with stress and anxiety.
Yes.
Because it's an indirect stress, because not a direct stress, because we don't know what the problems they're facing.
Exactly.
And sometimes on the other side, like what as a teacher we can help, but what as a parent you would say, how to even approach, because many times to your point, the child doesn't want to seek the help of parents first, even though we are ready to help.
Absolutely. And that is a very important thing. And the relationship between the parent and child, having that communication with the child is very essential. And sometimes, some situations the kids may be able to talk to one parent as opposed to the other parent, and that's okay. Making sure that we're comfortable and effective listening. And we're going to have a lecture in a couple of months where one sister is going to do a workshop, and I'll send it to Pelton on effective listening. So as parents, if we effectively listen, like when I'm listening to my child, I have to not prepare the answer in my head when he's talking, but listen to the child and see what are they trying to really say here. And once I understand what they're trying to say, it may be easier for me to assist them with those solutions or the problems that they're dealing with. And that is, and of course, as a teacher, you could be, maybe the medium to assist them to have an unbiased discussion or objective discussion, if at all they're willing to do that, and try to help the child express themselves even in a difficult situation. But it's a very common problem with hormones and changes and social media and trying to impress others, so it's a lot. I know it's time for SSE, so...
Thank you, sis.
Yes. So brother, should I close for now, or how would you prefer?
Yeah, you may.
Sure. Thank you all for this opportunity. I thank Swami for giving us this opportunity to learn with him, and hope we grow with his teachings and try to do what he wants his sons to do. Love, surrender, and be with him. Sailaja, everyone.
Sister, as you were talking, you said being content is one of the best principles that we can follow that would actually help us. I was thinking a lot of times when you're like, I don't want sister to stop, but I think there is a place where I have to feel content. So thank you, sister. I mean, this is such a beautiful session, and hopefully, we want to invite you for more such kind of sessions.
If Swami wants anything.
Yeah. And as a token of love for your coming, we just want to honor you. So, Sister Raman, if you can come.
Sailaja, brother, being here itself is an honor.
Thank you again, sister. We'll end this session with one Om and three Shantis as a conclusion, and humbly submitting this at Swami's lotus feet. Shanti.